What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to be doing a super simple upgrade that changes the way music sounds in my truck. We teamed up with Andeman to check out their brand new 10-inch 800-watt underseat powered subwoofer. It's really easy to install, and we're going to show you step by step of how to get it into your truck. And we also have it linked in the description below, and with an exclusive 15% off discount, use code SWAMPBOYS15. And a huge thanks to Andeman for making this video possible. So here it is, the Andeman 10-inch slim subwoofer. It's only 2.5 inches tall, so it should slide right under my seat of my 2017 Toyota Tacoma. And it's rated at 800 watts and 1000 watts peak with less than 0.15 distortion. And it even has an LED ring that pulses with your music. And inside the box, you should get everything you need: the subwoofer, wiring kit, remote bass controller, RCA inputs, which that we won't use on my Tacoma, and then a high-level speaker inputs.
All right, Andeman does come with instructions, but to be honest, they're not really good. But the good news is it's a super easy install, and you don't really need instructions. I watched several videos on how to do this, and I think I found an even easier way. I didn't see anybody else do this, so I'm gonna give this a shot, and we're not even gonna have to remove the radio, I hope. All right, the first step, anytime you're working on electronics in a vehicle, is you wanna disconnect the battery, at least the positive cable, and then we're gonna unbolt the seat to make sure it's gonna fit under this seat. So let's get the battery done, and then we'll do the seat. All right, Tyler's gonna remove the 2 bolts right here, 1 on each side of the seat. Then there's 2 back here. Should be 1 there and 1 over there. And that way we can lean the seat back and make sure it's gonna fit. If it's not, this is the 10-inch, the 8-inch would fit a lot better. But if it's not gonna fit under the seat, then we always got the option of behind the back seat. All right, we got the seat unbolted. You don't have to take it all the way out. You just got to be able to have it where you can lean it back, and it fits under there perfectly. And so we're going to leave it here. We're not going to have to mount it in the back. And the trick I'm going to use, so I don't have to take the radio apart, is you have to tie it into the rear speakers. So I'm going to connect into the wire here instead of trying to connect into the wires on back of that. This radio don't have RCA jacks, so you'd have to get a special controller and all that. So if you come right here, this is the white and the black wires that go onto the rear speaker. So we'll just tie into that, run it along here, and go to here. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So now we need to run our power, which will go through this grommet to the engine compartment, and just run it along here for the power. The negative, we'll just connect into one of these bolt holes. So it's going to be an easy job.
Next, we're going to run this power cable from the speaker to the battery. We're going to run it through here, and then coming through this hole, and then we're going to connect it to right here.
All right, you got 2 choices. You can mount this side to the battery with the fuse and have this under the hood, or have this in under the seat. I just think it's going to be easier. It's probably better to put this in under the seat, but I think it's just easier to push this through than trying to feed it back that way. So I just got it on this stick. I made a small little slit in this rubber grommet. And just kind of push it through. All right, you can go see if it's coming through. You see it?
Yep. All right, so we got the wiring cable connected, and we got it ran through there, and we're gonna get it all tie wrapped later so it can look all neat. And we ran it through here under the carpet, so that way you would never see it. All right, got the ground cable on, and use this connector, and it goes where the seat bolt goes, and we also got it cleaned because you always wanna have a good connection. So now the next is we just have to connect this.
Yeah, all this does is plug in right here, and then the white and black is going to connect to the left side, red and black connects to the right rear speaker, and that's it. You're done with this. Very easy setup. All right, we got the speakers all wired in. I did the the left side first. Now I'm doing this side. This side will be a little easier for me to show you what I did. So remember, instead of taking all this apart and all these wiring harnesses and all that, and some people I saw on YouTube, they bought this connector where they plug in and they had these extra wires, but no use doing all that. Just pull this piece off, pull this kick panel off, and you can access your rear speaker wires here. This side is going to be a blue and green twisted together. There's two greens, but the other green's all the way to the side. The blue green you want is twisted. And then you just pop this connector out, connect your wires to it, and that's the easiest way to do it. So all I did after I connected these wires, I just ran it under the carpet. I went across here, went under that carpet, and under the seat. And that way you won't see any wires. Hardest part of the whole thing is snapping this back in, which that's pretty easy. So let's take a look over here. Remember, we ran the power. Best spot to do it right here. Need to probably tie wrap this up somehow. Got this running through that grommet. And I had to go ahead and bolt the seat down because I couldn't test it, because you really got to have a good ground to get this amp to work. So I tried to just put the bolt in, but the bolt stops that far from the bottom. So you got to have the seat on it to get that ground against the metal, and that's the only way it'll work. And the amp won't even light up if you don't have the good ground, so it kind of protects itself. So I wish I could show you. Maybe under here, we can turn it on and you can see it got LED lights. It comes with a remote and all that stuff too. All right, I think Tyler found some no copyright music. We can try it. And it has a dial in his hand. That way you can adjust it for each song. Because some songs you'll have too much distortion and it'll just rattle. This thing sounds great. I mean, it's the easiest install you could possibly do. I don't know how good it'll pick up the bass on camera. And you got plenty of room back here. It's not going to hit anybody's feet. It fits completely under the seat. So the only recommendation I make is get some better speaker wire. The one that come with it is pretty small. I had this in my shed. I just cut the ends off. This is a little thicker wire. So speaker wire is really cheap. You can get a whole 50-foot roll for maybe 15 bucks. And the RCA cable, so if your vehicle has RCA plugs on the back of the radio, this is even going to be even better. You don't have to do any splicing. You just plug that in and plug this straight into the back of the amp, and you're done. There's no more splicing. So that, some vehicles have it, some don't. Probably the newer ones do. This is a 2017. Instructions are pretty bad, but there's really nothing to do. Power, ground, and 2 speakers. That's it. And you saw how easy it was. We did it maybe in probably 2 hours or less. So it wasn't a bad install at all.
But that's going to be the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. And don't forget the link is in the description below. Use code SWAMPBOY15 for 15% off. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at SwampBoysGarage, and we'll see you in the next one.